Listen, lords, with good intent, I'll truly tell of merriment, a pleasant story, as it's of a knight, a worthy gent, in battle and in tournament. His name was Sir Topaz. Where he was born lies distantly, in Flanders, far beyond the sea. Propingery was the place, so noble was his father, free. And lord of all that land was he, as it was God's good grace. Sir Topaz grew, a doughty swain, his face was bread white, yet again, his lips were red as a rose, his hue was scarlet, dyed in grain, and I can say, as sure as rain, he had a seemly nose. Like saffron were his beard and crown, his hair that to his belt hung down, his shoes were hide of Spain, his hose of Bruges were colored brown, he wore a thinnish silken gown, that cost him many a Jane. He'd hunt wild game such as the deer, along the river he'd appear, with grey goshawk for hawking, a perfect archer, pretty near. At wrestling he had not a peer, each ram he took of walking. And many a maiden, bright in bower, desired him, each impassioned hour. She'd best have slept instead, for he was chaste, for all his power, and sweet as is the bramble flower, that bears the hips so red. It so befell upon a day, to tell you truly, as I may, Sir Topaz wished to ride. He got upon his steed of grey, with lance in hand, and rode away, a long sword by his side. He pricked his way before he ceased into a forest. Many a beast was there, both buck and hare, as he pricked both north and east. He almost had, to say the least, a sorry bit of care. There herbs of various sizes grew. It had setwell and licorice too, and many a clove to offer, and nutmeg like we put into our ale, whether it's old or new, or lay upon the coffer. The birds sang, I can truly say, the sparrow hawk and the popinjay. A joy it was to hear, the thrush as well sang out his lay. The wood pigeon upon the spray was singing loud and clear, caw. Such lust in Sir Topaz had sprung, when he heard now the thrush had sung, he pricked as if insane. His fair steed's sweat so sharply stung, till like a wet rag to be wrung, his sides one bloody stain. Sir Topaz, too, tired from the chase, from pricking round at such a pace, with fierce heart so amazing, so in the soft grass of the place he lay, and gave his steed a space to rest and do his grazing. Saint Mary, bless me, then said he, what ails this love that's binding me, with head and heart so sore? I dreamt through all the night, paradise, an elf queen would my lover be, and sleep beneath my gore. An elf queen surely I will love, for in this world none's worthy of my love. No woman I will take in town, all other women I forsake, for to an elf queen I'd betake, in dale and over down. His saddle he was quickly on, went pricking over stile and stone, an elf queen for to see, till so far riding had he gone, that he found in a land alone the fairyland country, so wild, for in that land none of their own dared to go near this knight unknown, neither wife nor child. But then a giant came to vaunt, one who was named Sir Elephant, a perilous man indeed. He told him, Child, by Termagant, if you don't prick out of my haunt, at once I'll slay your steed with mace. For here the queen of fairyland, with harp and pipe and all her band, is dwelling in this place. The child replied, As I may thrive, tomorrow with you I will strive, when I have all my gear, and I am hoping, par me fay, that by this lance I display, you'll sorely suffer here. Your maw I'll pierce into, if that I may, before it's fully prime of the day. You shall not win or draw. Sir Topaz drew back quick and fast, as stones at him this giant cast, with slingshot worth bewaring. The child Sir Topaz from the scrape, through grace of God made his escape, and thus through his good bearing.
Sir Topaz! Sir Elephant is here! He's terrorizing the countryside! You must defeat him!
Aye. We need to find somewhere to drink. A creek! Good camel. He was a thirsty camel. Good camel.
What are you doing, boy?
I'm gonna kill you.
Camel, check this out. Where is he? Well played. Oh.
Oh, God. Now listen, lords, yet to my tale, that's merrier than a nightingale. I'll whisper up and down how Sir Topaz, so trim and hale, now pricking over hill and dale, has come again to town. His merry men commanded he to make both game and melody, for he would have to fight a giant whose heads numbered 3, all for the love and jollity of one who shone so bright. Have come, he said, the minstrelsy, and jesters telling tales for me, while I arm as I must romances that are loyal, of pope as well as cardinal, of love as well as lust. They fetched him sweet fruit of the vine, a bowl of mead came with the wine, a spicery for zest, like gingerbread and cummin fine, and licorice all to combine, with sugar of the best. He dressed as white as any scene, in linen that was fine and clean, then breeches with the shirt, a tunic next was his avail, and over that a coat of mail, to shield himself from hurt. And over that a fine hauberk was all wrought of the Jewish work, strong plated too at that, and over what his coat of arms, so lily white against the harms, that he must then combat. The shield he bore was golden red, and blazoned on it a boar's head, a carbuncle beside, and then he swore in ale and bread, how that great giant shall be dead. Betide, what shall betide? His jambot tough and leathery, his sword's sheath was of ivory, his helmet brassy bright, his saddle was made of whalebone, his bridle like the sun that shone, or moon at brightest light. A finest cypress was his spear, that bode war, no peace was here. The head was sharply ground, the steed he rode was dappled gray, and it would amble on its way so gently all around the land.
O great elder, how can I defeat Sir Elephant?
Have courage and strength.
Thank you for your advice, great elder.
Sir Topaz, be careful.
Have you no worries, young Matthew.
Let the banquet begin!
Roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out, roll out.
Listen my words, for here's a fit, and if you would have more of it, I'll take it right in hand. The second fit. Now shut your mouth for charity, Sir Knight as well as Lady free, and listen to my spell, a battle end of chivalry. And ladies' love, as you will see, at once to you I'll tell. Men tell romances, strong and mild, both of ye Potts and Hornchild, of Bevis and Sir Guy, and Lebeau and Polyandamore. But Sir Topaz, the flower, wore of royal chivalry. His valiant steed he was astride, upon his way he seemed to glide, like sparks out of the flame. As for his crest, it was a tower, in which was stuck a lily flower. God shield him, none to maim. And so adventurous in his powers, he slept in no house after hours, but slept out in his hood. His pillow was his helmet bright, and his horse fed nearby at night, on herbs both fine and good. He drank spring water, as withal that knight did name Sir Percival, so worthy in his wear, till on a day